do a little explanation about this video today. It's the final completion of the trailer restoration that I started, gosh, 3 summers ago. It's finally completely done. You know, we restored the frame, we tore off the old deck, all the old wood, put on new wood, new aluminum deck, of course rust-proofed the whole frame and repainted it, new tires, new fenders, new tailgate. I have a couple other things I want to do to it. I'm going to get another wheel jack type crank up hoist to put on the front of the box so I can tilt it and hold it so that the tailgate is straight, and I'm going to put a little boat winch at the front of it so I can hoist up stuff so I can haul in my go-kart and snow blowers and stuff by myself. That being said, this is a new camera and the resolution is pretty bad, but it is what I have right now. So please, I'm going to send my other camera in and see if it can get repaired by Canon itself. So let's go see this final installment, and she turns out beautifully, and when I do the new updates I will update that video also. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Well fans, I used the trailer last night to haul my go-kart over to my son-in-law's, my daughter's house, for winter storage in their big shed. So now I got to try to back this short trailer, which backing a short trailer is very difficult, up into the side. So I'm going to try to try it. Alright, here we go. Now, the easiest thing I found is if I gotta, unfortunately my lock button on this side doesn't work. I have to lock all the doors that way. If I open the hatch up, I can see backing up much better. My good old Astro van. It's a little bit of a beater, but okay, it's quite a bit of beater. Alright, let's see if Bob can back this hog. Up into the yard and get it where I want it. Once I get going kind of straight, it's alright. Problem is I got this tree hanging over my road here, up there a ways, and I can't really see real well. And this jackknife's really fast because it's so short. I'm going to check for traffic, which I don't see any. And I need to kind of get over into my neighbor's driveway a little bit. There we go. Best way to do it is to look right out the back window, kids. Oh, we got this made. I want to put it right back where I had it. So I can get the welder out and reach it. Of course, I don't want to put it right through the front of the garage door either. Next year I'm going to have an addition built on this barn, another 24 foot off the left side here. And there we go. Another 24 foot off the left side. There we go. Right that way. You can see the stake out there in the yard. I'm going to put a lift in there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a 4-poster movable or a 2-poster. Either way, I can store 2 cars, one on top of the other. The Mustang over or underneath the VW Bug. Alright, did I show you my latches? 5/8 hitch pin all the way through, upright 1/4 inch angle iron, welded at the bottom. Welded at the bottom, of course. and I had welded on a tab here, and I welded on an extra tab here, so I actually have 3 holes, so she don't, you know, waller it out. Alright, so these are the fenders I painted yesterday, and I've already got these brackets on there. We'll see if I can get them welded up. Alright, well there you go. I got that one just finger tight on there. You can see it's a little bit farther forward than dead center, but because of this bracketry here, I had to. But it's fine. That tire only comes up 3 inches at the most. It'll never hit. And once I get this tightened on, I'm going to nip off the end of the inside bolts so I won't have anything to tear my tire up just in case. But they look pretty cool. We'll see after I get them on there whether I need to put any kind of bracketry from here to keep it from vibrating, but that's going to be stiff. I don't think I need to do anything to that. And then we just got to do the other side. I need to jack this up and take off the tire again. Alright. I'm going to zip that wheel off. I already got it jacked up a little bit. Even though you don't have to, I always unloosen these in the 5-bolt pattern. Again, don't ask me why, I just do. Okay, I'm going to set these on top of the Sohorus so I can knock them off and lose them later. Alright. And now, I need a 7/16 wrench and big Phillips. Thing looks copacetic and square. Of course, it ain't deep. Alright. I got deep sockets. Alright, I'm getting these tightened up, and I'm just doing it manually because I don't want to overstress them. I don't want to burn out the Phillips. I like the Phillips head because the truss head. And these are stainless screws, so they're not as strong as regular steel. I've broken more stainless screws than I have anything else. I put lock washers on these, and then whatever I don't have in nylon. Solid. That's not going to need any greasing. Bingo! So this side is done. I'm going to nip off those bolts though, which burning them off with the grinder will also make them nip them off almost flush, and that'll burr the edge too. Right in the face. birthday present from my kids. I already got one, but it's nice to have one that you don't have to keep changing all the time. There we go. I like it. Being stainless, they won't rust and drizzle down or nothing. There we go. I'm getting the knack of it. Oh, my back is so sore. Yesterday, the wife and I spent hours cutting the lower branches off a whole row of borderline trees we have here with the neighbors, and they were looking so dead and nasty and undergrowth growing underneath them. So we cut off up about 3-4 feet all the branches, cleaned up all the trash underneath and undergrowth, and now it looks a lot nicer. Now when I do a wheel, take the first nut in and you'll see it center the wheel on the taper. Then you go to the one opposite. When that taper hits the chamfer on the wheel, it will center it all. I gotta be careful with this one, because it'll strip them out. That's tight enough. All right. That is so cool. I've been wanting to work on this trailer for, well, I've been working on it for 3 years on and off, and this year I just decided I was going gung-ho and getting her done. So, there's that. So now what I need to do is I need to screw, what I did is I screwed the brackets after I measured how long they needed to be. I screwed the brackets an inch up from the bottom of the fender and sticking out 3.5 inches, and bracketed them that way, lightly tightened the bolts onto them, and then I blocked it up with wood and stuff on top of the tire, and had already cleaned off the paint on the frame, of course, and welded them on. And then I took the fender back off and finished welding, finished painting, and today, of course, you saw me reinstall the fender permanently. All right, I got a good 4 inches in here, and that axle don't move that far. I can see where it's going to hit the frame underneath before it actually bottoms out. All right, well, I'm going to start working on the other side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the angle bracket that I made, and I'm going to mark a line 1 inch up and clamp it on like, not like that. That would be wrong. Clamp it on like that. Sticking out 3.5 inches. Clamp it, drill 2/4 inch holes, temporarily put some bolts in, flip it around, do the same thing, and then take the whole assembly and hold it up against the trailer and tack weld it. Alright, so I'm just going to drill these holes now. I don't have my tripod here, I don't think. Let's see, what a mess, huh? I got help coming over this afternoon to help start cleaning all this mess up, though. There it is. Alright, here's the deal. Got to find an inch, so I can do that right here. And there's an inch. Alright, so that's the bottom. And then I have to measure 3.5 inches. On this dog. So ooh, that's a glare. There's 3.5. Oh, from the other end, knucklehead. There's markings on this square to give me the measurements I need. I should have a Sharpie, but this pencil makes enough mark for me to see what I gotta do. Okay, so there's the 3.5. Yeah, oh, I can see that easy. So, line this up here, line this up there. Get my C-clamp. C-clamp, B-clamp, whatever it is. Here it is. Sneak that up in here. Come on, you were on here just the other day. It can't be that thick. There we go. Nice and tight so she won't skid around. Okay, now I need a pilot drill. Oh, that bear's going in. Move this guy right out so I'm sitting right on the edge. There we go. Oh yeah, she's nice and sharp. Never drill too fast. You'll burn your bits right up. You want to see those nice coils of metal coming off. That keeps the cutting lips of the drill bit cool because you're cutting into the fresh metal. I knew it was coming to the end, that's why I sped it up. I sped it up so it would not kick and twist my wrist. Throw that guy on there to locate it. This temporarily. You're getting the gist, aren't you? Getting there, getting there. There she goes. You can just feel it gets a different tone to it or something. Hear it, I mean. Still got nylock in it? Oh no, it doesn't. Alright, well I just need to do the same thing to the other end. I'm going to flip this around. So I guess you probably don't need to sit here and watch this. When I get done and ready to mount this up on the other side, we'll show you something fancy. Won't we? Alright. Well, I kind of neglected. I kind of get busy. To show you how I did this, I ended up spacing the fender up by putting these 2 blocks of wood here and this inside the fender, and it brought the height with this sitting on there with the brackets just exactly perfect. What I wanted was the bottom lips of these fenders to be even with the bottom of the frame, which they are. And I tack welded it, and I pulled the wood out, took the fender back off, and finished welding the stubs on here. And I'm getting much more confident with the quality of my MIG welding. So now I'm letting them cool for just a couple minutes. I'm going to hit them with the spray paint, give her an hour to dry, and then we'll have fenders good to go. It's awfully windy today, so it's going to be tough to paint. Yeah, I've had these fenders laying around for 3 or 4 years, but such is life. A lot of paint on it. I'm getting too close with the spray paint, but I have to get it in this wind. We'll give that a while to dry. Maybe I'll go have a cup of coffee. It's a little chilly out here today. That looks perfect though. And that was easy. I thought I was going to need maybe a top brace on the fender up here, but it is so stiff. I really don't think I do. I'm going to check it after I'm going on a 500-mile round trip with it next weekend, and I'll see how it fares. About the only thing I can think of is it might need fender washers on the inside of the fenders. Because that would be the point of contact where all the vibration and friction might be. And it didn't stick very good. But we'll get her on there. We'll let her dry for just a few minutes. I'm going to get some acetone. I'm going to wipe off those oversprays. Or not, lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner will take dried paint off. It's a good goof fixer. I could just leave it, but I'm a little bit fussy about this. I would really like to have it look nice. Did that come right off? I put it on the clean part here. That took most of it off. This over here. Soften it up with that. Clean one. Out the middle of the roll. More acetone. Lacquer thinner. I don't know what's in lacquer thinner. That's alright, I'm just messing it up now. It's a trailer. What can I say? For hauling stuff around anyway. Well, there she is, guys. Fenders are welded on, bolted on, painted, all set to go. We've had it on the road, the lights work perfectly, all that stuff. She looks pretty sweet with the new fenders, eh? As I said, after this road trip, I'll be able to tell you if I need to add any brackets to hold the top of those fenders. I don't think I do. Only thing I'm worried about maybe is the putting some washers underneath these nuts on this side. I didn't. On this side I put lock washers, but not flat washers. And I did find flat washers. They're just standard steel, but I'm gonna hit these with a little black juice here. Make them look black. Spray paint around those bolts so they don't get too rusty. There we go. Just touching them up. I got the pin through, and I got her, cotter pins and washers on that hinge pin so that won't come out. All right. I guess that's all I'm going to do. I got to figure out some way to lock my hinge pins in here, but that can come at a later date. I was going to grease this, but I'm not going to do it right now because I think I need help anyway. Alright guys and gals, that's it for the trailer. Until I do something else new, I can wrap this project up that I started 3 years ago. Rust prevented the whole frame and repainted it with 3 coats of that Rust-Oleum Industrial. New plywood and stake body. All stainless steel screws, wood screws, whatever. I did salvage the aluminum strip for the top to keep it from delaminating. Built a new fold-down tailgate instead of the one you lift out. Reinstalled the old LED lights, but they were fine. Bought some new markers for the front. And then, of course, new tires, which I hand-mounted. Sorry you missed that. And new marker lights and new fenders. The old fenders were just plywood that I put on here like so and screwed from the inside, and they were fine. They lasted for years. But this makes it look like a modern new trailer. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Take care, God bless. We'll see you on the next one.
Tell you